Hi friends, it's Gwen. Welcome back to my channel. I have a very exciting video for you today. I'm actually going to my very first author event and I'm meeting up with Jessie from Reading with Jess. We're actually going to Richmond, Virginia. We both live in Virginia. We both live on like kind of opposite sides of the state, but we're kind of meeting in the middle at Richmond and I'm just really excited. So we're actually going to go meet Ashley Winstead and Danielle Valentine, and we're meeting them at the Fountain Bookstore in Richmond, Virginia. So yeah, they're doing a little author event for Delicate Conditions and Midnight is the Darkest Hour. And I'm just so excited because like I said, it's my first author event, but also I'm meeting Jessie and also I'm going to a bookstore. So come along with me for my very first author event. Quick outfit of the day. I have gold hoops. I did curl my hair, but I can let it down if I want. Regular jewelry, cross necklace, rings, Apple Watch. I'm wearing this black denim dress from Walmart actually, and it does have pockets, but it has like ruching up at the top, so it's like form-fitted, but then it like flares out, you know. It's kind of long. And I am wearing my flip-flops, but I have flats to change into. Currently, I'm just waiting for Jessie. She should be here in just a couple minutes. I'm parked in this public parking lot, and when she gets here, I'm gonna pay for parking, so we're just waiting on Jessie. I got Jessie. That's the most important thing. We found each other. Now we need to find food and a bathroom. We found a bathroom, so that's good. Now food. We're in Jimmy John's. I don't think we're getting Jimmy John's though. We just needed the bathroom. Jessie in the wild! Oh yeah, I wanted to see it. Cute! Look! Cute? Buy Jessie's merch. Isn't it cute?
Oh wait, this is your camera.
Link in the description. Love it. Oh, let me see. You got it on there, right? Like this?
I guess.
Yeah, you do.
I have no idea.
Sorry. Oh, yours is like more forward. Oh. You have it zoomed in a little bit or something? Mm-mm. Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay. Like, I don't know. I read it. Yeah. Yay! Here we are. We're in Richmond. Yep. We just ate. What did you have?
I had a chicken, or no, it didn't have chicken. It was a Caesar salad with lemon and a chicken salad sandwich and a pear.
And what else did they give you? They gave you some, you get carrots too?
I got carrots, but I didn't eat them.
Okay, so I had carrots, chips, and a grilled cheese with apples sandwich. It was so good.
Weird.
It's so delicious. I had sparkling water. cream soda. And now we're gonna go try to find, is it called the Book Bar?
Book Bar, yeah.
The Book Bar. I think it's a black women owned bookstore. So we're gonna try to find it. Update, we did find it, but they're closed. So no Book Bar. We're on Main Street. Like I said, I did too. Oh, it's probably that sourdough.
Oh,
That's probably what it is. Oh, Wick and Sip, a candle lounge. And then, oh yeah, that's what it is. It's that bread store. Oh my gosh. Look at this store, you guys. Yeah. All right. You gonna bring your camera?
yeah.
Okay. Okay, so Jessie's gonna bring her camera. We're actually going to a bookstore called Shelf Life Books. It used to be called 𝒑𝒐𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒔 Books. I guess it either changed names or closed down and another bookshop took its place. But there's Jessie, she's got her camera, and we're getting ready to walk down and check it out. We have about an hour, I guess, until the event, so plenty of time to like shop here, see if there's anything else close by, and then head back to Fountain Bookstore for the event. I'm very excited. But look at this tree. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty, Jessie. Look. It is dying, but look at all those leaves. Well, maybe it's not dying. Maybe that many leaves have already come off.
Looks like it's shedding.
Yeah.
Cart, and we're walking to a bookstore before we head to the event.
Look at all these beautiful leaves, you guys.
Went to the bookstore, Fountain Books.
I got a twirl in my dress.
You did?
Not bad. Okay. Guys, okay, so we went to the bookstore, we had some fun, but now we're headed to the main event. What's it called? Books to Die For.
Yeah,
or Books to Die For author event with Ashley Winstead and Danielle Valentine. Let's go!
And so I proceeded to write an adult thriller filled with every horrible, tropey, cliche, thrillery, like bad marriage and really obvious twists and like, you know, woman who can't quite remember what she did, like all of the awful tropey thriller moments. And I couldn't get it to come together, and my agent hated it, and I hated it, and so I was like, okay, we're done with that one. We're gonna put that one aside. Yes.
Like the first page.
The true behind the scenes. Behind the scenes, this is what most of my life is like. But so I put it aside, and I was, you know, it's a depressing moment for a writer. We don't like when things don't work out. So my husband took me out to dinner to try and cheer me up, but I happened to also be 7 months pregnant. And so there was no cheering me up. We were 7 months past that. And
a glass of wine.
Can't even get a good glass of wine. And we were at an Italian place that has amazing wine. So anyway, I was not in a good spot is not in a good spot. And so he does what he always does when he's trying to cheer me up, where he just kind of throws out prompts to try and get me to come up with a story to tell him. We're cool, guys. We're really cool.
I think that's couple skills.
Thank you. And the first prompt he threw out was, well, what if you write some sort of like science fiction horror thing? And I scoffed. I was like, excuse me. Alien has already been written. I am not writing sci-fi horror when Alien is already out there. And then I go on my feminist, rant where I'm like, and really, that's just what happens when a guy tries to ask himself, what's the scariest thing I can think of? And they come up with, well, what if there's a creature living inside of me stealing all of my nutrients, and one day it bursts out of my body in, a bloody, gory mess. And as I said those words, I kind of paused because I was like, oh, I'm having an idea. What if, instead of doing some sci-fi horror, I wrote a real visceral body horror look at pregnancy? And by the time we'd walked home, I'd already completely plotted the book. It's about this woman named Anna. She's kind of got everything. She is this rising actress. She's on the Oscar circuit. She's about to get all of her dreams come true. She's also at the same time going through IVF with her husband, who she loves, and she thinks she's gonna get everything she's ever wanted. But then she goes through a devastating miscarriage and loses the baby. Except it's the weirdest thing. She can still feel something moving inside of her. And nobody, not her doctors, not her husband, nobody who is supposed to believe her actually believes that it's happening. So that is Delicate Condition, along with the whole backstory, fun author backstory. I hope you'll check it out.
Yay!
Did baby in your tummy like, yeah, way to go, mom? Like,
Did she give me a thumbs up when she came out?
She must have.
Maybe I missed it. She's definitely into the idea that I write stories now, but she's very confused about why. Mommy, why do you write such mean stories? She's 3, so yeah. So yeah, I don't. She's not really in the thumbs up stage.
So it is a Southern Gothic thriller set in a very small coastal Louisiana town. And this is a very ultra-conservative, ultra-religious town that has really cut itself off from kind of the rest of society, the rest of the world. And bodies start showing up in the swamp. The book opens when a skull is pulled out of the swamp. And it becomes pretty clear pretty early on that the only 2 people who are really best positioned to get to figure out who is committing these murders, who is kind of like these acts of brutality in a town that is so morally upright, where everyone is, looks like they're the perfect person and the perfect Christian, are these 2 outcasts, the town's 2 outcasts. So the preacher's daughter, Ruth Cornier, who's our protagonist, we're in her head, and her best friend, the semi-feral boy from the swamp, basically, Everett Duncan, yes, who is the son of the town drunk, and who's a very vicious drunk. And so they found each other in a really pivotal moment in their lives and became best friends, and they're like very much the odd couple, and everyone stares at them when they walk around town. But it is up to them to kind of uncover who is behind this, and make sure that no blame gets turned in their direction. Mm-hmm. So I pitched this to this is a hard book to talk about because the twists start so early in the book, and so I always struggle to talk about it because I'm like, as soon as I go beyond that, I'm spoiling things for you guys. So I'll leave it at that in terms of plot. But I had the most incredible time working on this book and coming up with this book. I have wanted for a really long time to write a thriller that felt like a fairy tale, like a thriller that felt like, I was saying to Danielle earlier, like you're reading it and you're like, ooh, I'm feeling like True Detective, gritty Louisiana.
I totally get that reading the book too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's like a fairy tale version of True Detective.
Right, and so like it's starting there, and then as you get more and more into the book, starting to wonder like, oh my God, is this going to transform into True Blood? Like, or, like what's going to come out of the swamp? And so I really wanted to torture my readers in that way of like really making them. Yes, I know. That's why we're in a fight.
That's why we're in a fight.
She looks very nice. Black soul.
Thank you.
A black, twisted soul.
It's
I know, it's the nicest thing I've ever said to you.
Yes, and so like I pitched it as to my agent. I was like, okay, I want to write my Bonnie and Clyde novel. I want to write, you know, my Thelma and Louise novel, and I want it to also feel like, you know, that when you're young and you fall in love for the first time and you're still, you know, not too smart, or I'm speaking from personal experience, and you fall so head over heels, and it's usually for the exact wrong person, this first person you choose, but you can't see it. You are just in it, and you will burn the world down in service of this relationship. I was like, I want this book to feel like all those teenage bad decisions wrapped up in one book, and all that like rebellious energy of us against the world, and we're right, they're wrong, and then that slow like, are we right? Are they? You know, and just capture all of that. So that is my version of Midnight without spoiling things, but we'll get into a lot, I'm sure.
I think he did actually give me a blurb too. Like, he was very, very nice.
So he's even better.
He's a great guy.
It's a Southern book. And
Yeah,
he, as a British writer, I was astounded. We order books from all over and we ship everywhere. Please feel free to place your order with us.
British writer, and
He
he's a
nails
man,
the
and he's
South.
writing from a 13-year-old girl's perspective, which
And
is
it is-
normally something that kind of bugs me, but he did it so well. He just did such a good job with her that he can write
Yep.
whatever he wants.
Yep.
All the license.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
You do it well. I'm not mad.
Sorry to hijack your answer.
I love that you.
I
I was trying to, like, what is the last 5-star book I read? And yeah. And Lessons in Chemistry is also very, very
Okay,
good.
yeah, I agree.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So one of my favorite questions to ask but never answer is, if you had to describe your book in 3 words, what words would you use? But I think it'd be cool if you said 3 words for her book and you did the same thing.
You're fun.
We're not gonna spoil it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
no spoilers.
Yeah,
no
it's
spoilers.
But it's, seriously, y'all, once you read these books, you will have a book club. You will come back.
Sorry to put you on the spot.
No. Vicious Madonna witchcraft?
Okay.
I love that.
Okay.
She said to describe my book, not describe me.
I will accept that for
I mean,
both.
like you said, your voice is just Danielle on the page, right?
It's your ice cream flavor.
It's your ice cream.
I feel like for years it's not as good, but I'm like swampy, fairy tale,
That counts as one.
like hot.
You know what? I'll
You
take
get
it.
that-
Temperature and like hot.
Yeah.
You know?
Love that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, good question.
That was good. That was hard.
It's my favorite to ask, but least favorite.
She has a
to
book
be
club and
asked.
she always asks
Yeah,
people
and
that.
I-
No,
So
I like it.
It's
a good-
hard.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I'm gonna steal that the next time I'm doing this with
Ooh,
two authors.
yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Feel free.
I feel like
I'll
every
credit you.
novelist
Okay.
is like okay with writing 100,000 words, but awful
3.
at 3.
yeah.
Elevator pitch. Nope.
Nope.
Absolutely
Like this
not.
is a skyscraper we're about to descend down. It's gonna last a long time.
Well, while y'all are building up confidence, I do have one I didn't get to ask that I'm curious about, and this does apply to both of you. So everybody thinks when books are made into movies or TV that y'all have all the authority over everything. You pick the casting, they take your book, and that's the script.
The number of people who've reached out to see if I can get them.
Kim Kardashian's phone number.
Yeah, that's my brother, my married brother.
I need Logan Huntsberger's phone number. We're
Okay,
doing
I'll
that.
work on it.
I was gonna say,
He's apparently the nicest human.
I love
He's
that.
apparently
I'd like
the
to know
nicest
that.
possible
Met Supri
guy.
from Gilmore Girls. If you
Team
are not.
Jess.
Oh,
Yes.
They made him watch the whole series.
Yes.
Team Logan, Team Logan.
We are in a
Rewatch
It makes me question her sanity.
I like bad boys. I've been upfront about that from the beginning.
Just as bad, but
You're like, oh yeah, here's 6 books. Please sign.
This is the longest trip that we've done. We once drove from Dallas to Houston to see
Nice. That's worth it.
And then
yeah, I actually read it. I was like, well, I should read one of her books before I meet her.
We do still have copies if anybody
Must
else
have.
needs
Yeah,
to.
Just in case you hate me and need to be
Well,
like, what are you doing?
And I actually was telling her the other one that you pitched, your other YA that's like coming out. I was like, oh, this one sounds so good too.
I want to be able to pitch it using the original pitch, which is so good. I can't,
But this was like so different because like people are like, oh, it's like a YA slasher, and I was like, no, but it is a YA slasher, but it's different. It's got some elements you're not gonna be expecting. So it's so
it was
good.
so much fun to write. It was just, honestly, it's one of my favorite books.
My favorite thing in the world is my mother-in-law lives in Dallas and is like a good, upstanding Dallas, church lady, and she has told her friends that that her daughter-in-law is an author, and it's won her some points among the literary ones.
Definitely a cool thing.
And so one time I went to church with her for something, and everyone's like, is this the author? Is this the author?
Oh.
And they're like, what did you just write? What's your latest? And I was like, oh, it's The Last Housewife. And they're like, great, what's that about? And just as I start to say, like, well, it's about a sex cult, my mother-in-law's like, oh, that's probably not for you. And it's like your first one, Eat My Dreams, I Hold a Knife. It's Sit in College is fine. Pick that one up. And just like the lengths to which she was like, her face was bright red. Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, you guys. We just got done.
Yep.
It was incredible. I am on cloud 9. They were both so freaking nice. They signed all of our books. We got totes. We took pictures with them. They smelled good. Like they each had their own like fashion sense, I thought.
Wait, did you sniff them?
Don't call me out. No, but we were we were in the front row. It was like I could reach out and touch them. I tried to get some footage, but to be honest, the chairs that I sat in made my butt go completely numb. So that was not a vibe, but everything else was on point. More to come when I drive home. I'll update you and show you all of my books in the morning, but oh my gosh, best experience ever. Hello friends, it is the next day and last night was truly magical. Do I feel a little bit like I just came off of a bender? Yes, because the high of the author event is real and it's kind of like concert high, but for readers. It was just so awesome. Not only seeing Jessie and like having lunch with my best friend and walking around downtown Richmond and like, that, but the fact that we got to meet two incredible women that also happen to be authors, top notch. So thank you so much to Fountain Bookstore for hosting the Books to Die For tour for Ashley and Danielle, and I'm definitely going to keep them on my radar moving forward for future author events. But I just wanted to go through my books and show you the books that I got. I didn't really buy anything else while I was in Richmond. Jessie did bring me a book. Jessie brought me Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. I've never read anything by Lucy Score before, but I know this is like one of those TikTok hyped romances. And I know the new book in this series just recently came out, but I'm looking forward to giving this a go to see if I like the writing style, if I can get into it, and if not, I'm going to return it to her and she's going to take it to the book exchange. But for now, it's over there on my bookshelf. But okay, so when we went to the author event, they had chairs set up and little benches and, or not benches, stools. And on top they had this little like books thing for Fountain Bookstore, and they had their little Fountain Bookstore newspaper. So that was really nice. And then we also got tote bags. Books to Die For tote bags, and as they handed out the tote bags, I was telling Jessie, I was like, we should get the authors to sign a tote bag too. So I think we were the only two that did that, but I'm so happy we did it. Okay, the reality is I had to change my battery. So that's, if things look a little different, you know, that's why. Okay, so we got this, and we got our totes signed. So the bookstore gave us these totes with Books to Die For, and Ashley Winstead signed her name right here, and then Danielle Valentine signed her name right here. And I'm just, this is like a prized possession, y'all. I'm so excited that they had these totes to give out. So those were probably provided by the publisher, I would say. And we did not know, Jessie and I, it was both of our first author event, so we were not sure, and there wasn't a lot of information online if we could like bring other books for them to sign, or if it was just like the book that they had. So they had a couple different ticket options. So to just come and hear them like talk, it was free. You could just walk into the bookstore, sit down, and hear them talk. They had $30 tickets, which was to come to the event and you get a copy of one of the books. And then they had a $60 ticket. You come to the event and you get both books. So I obviously did the $60 ticket because I wanted both books, and I also wanted to support the bookstore. So that's what I did. But I also brought my other books that I had of theirs that I wanted signed. So for the event, I went out and I purchased How to Survive Your Murder. It is a YA slasher that's different. It has different themes and stuff in there that I was not expecting, but made it a lot of fun and very engaging. I rated it 4 stars, but I don't read much YA, but Danielle Valentine writes YA I want to read. Oh, also I got this Fountain Bookstore bookmark. Okay, but so I read this specifically, so then when I went there, I had this for her to sign, but also I wanted to get like a taste of her writing. And she wrote, "To Gwen, Stay Out of the Cornfield," Danielle Valentine. So that's super fun. Yeah, so excited. And then of course her book that I was there to get is Delicate Condition. And if you didn't know, American Horror Story, Delicate Condition is Danielle Valentine's story. She talked a little bit about that, about how she basically gave over like full control, and she knew that there was like this world that was already like created, and she reenacted when she found out that Kim Kardashian was going to be like in the film. Like she found out on Instagram the same time the public found out, she found out, so it was like interesting in that way. But she, like, I'm so excited to read this. And it was just such an honor to hear her talk about her book, but also talk about Ashley's book and Ashley about this book. Okay, so, and this one, she wrote, "To Gwen, it was so nice to meet you. Believe women, Danielle Valentine." So excited. Oh, gosh, I am so excited. I have not watched Delicate Condition, the American Horror Story thing, because I want to read the book first before I get that story in my head and then like start comparing it to this. You know what I'm saying? Okay, and then next up, the Ashley Winstead books. I have In My Dreams, I Hold a Knife, and in this one, she wrote, "Gwen, what will you do with your one wild and precious life?" Ashley Winstead. The Last Housewife. And in this one, it says, "To Gwen, my lovely new friend, I'm so thrilled to meet you." Ashley Winstead. And then last but not least, we were there for Midnight is the Darkest Hour. And she wrote, "Gwen, always remember you do not have to be good. Heart, 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 Ashley Winstead." So yeah, so these are all like prized possessions now. I have all of these amazing signed books. So that is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed just seeing a day in my life, going to my first author signing. It was amazing, wonderful, and I am so blessed that I was able to attend, like buy a ticket and make it happen, like with Jessie and all of that. But if you want to see the extended version of this, I'm gonna have an extended version of this vlog reading both of the books. Yeah, I'm gonna be reading Delicate Condition by Danielle Valentine and Midnight is the Darkest Hour by Ashley Winstead. I'm gonna be vlogging my experience reading both of these, and then that will be the extended part of the vlog over on Patreon. So if you're interested in hearing my thoughts on both of these books, definitely consider subscribing to my Patreon. You can join for as little as $5 a month. There is also a $7 tier, and both of those are the cost of a Starbucks coffee. So if you want to support me for this cost of a Starbucks coffee, click the link in the description box. Join the Night Owls. I would love to have you over there. We have lots of fun things planned for the rest of the year, and for 2024 I already have things in the works. That's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a lovely day or night, and I'll see you guys again in another video very soon. Bye friends.